Sup, this is Alex Shu coming at you with another episode. This episode, I just want to talk about, I think modern day Americans, modern day kids, okay, in this country, or I don't know, in Western countries, they just have absolutely no manners, man. They have absolutely no manners. It's like, their mama and their daddy didn't teach them nothing, and I'm just so sick and tired of it. Yeah, it's... Anyway, before I talk about that, I want to tell you, my name is Alex Shu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 52. See, you can tell I'm still pretty slim, right? Oh, sorry. Let me see the camera angle. See if it's correct. If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4-star, 5 stars. So, okay, yeah. If you're interested, go to livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Get a pair of these rings. Wow, it's so hot in here. Sorry, right now it's summer. Ugh, I'm gonna turn on my fan. Yeah, do you guys have like... Do you guys have, like relatives that basically have like absolutely no manners? Do you guys have like relatives that, wow, so hot. Like absolutely, these relatives, man, they just don't have any manners, man. I'm so sick and tired of them. I don't know, like many years ago, like 8 or 9 years ago, I was like, I went to a sandwich, no, I went to buy something. It was like a sandwich shop or something. I forgot what I was buying, okay? But anyway, I saw this man. It's a young man, like 24-year-old. It's a white guy, and he's wearing, he's like, I don't know, he's wearing these, I think he's like a civil servant or something. Maybe he's fixing the road, he's fixing the concrete or something. He's wearing one of those uniforms, with like those shiny stripes, right? Yellow uniform, shiny stripes. And I was buying something, and he kept on talking to me. He said, "Hey, hello, what's up, fella?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I can see he's very lonely. He looks like a lonely person, like he needs someone to talk to, And I was buying things, and the cashier said, okay, it's like, a few dollars and 91 cents or something. And I was like looking for my pennies, right? And then that guy said, "Oh, you want a few pennies? I got pennies." I'm like, "Oh, it's okay, I got it." But I look at that guy, he's like so lonely. I could tell, I could see the loneliness in his face, like he just needs someone to talk to. At that time, I don't understand his feelings, I'm thinking, if you're lonely, go online, man. Go to YouTube, watch some YouTube channels. Why are you, why are you like sitting here and trying to talk to strangers? I didn't get that, Now I understand. God damn. I think these American kids, they don't have any manners, and they're just so cold, it's like my relatives are growing cold and colder and colder. Why I say this is because, 4 months ago I went to my cousin's wedding, right? And then there's this I have a cousin, she had a newborn son, right? She gave birth to a son, right? And I haven't seen that son for like 4 years or something. The last time I saw her son, the son was still an infant, it's in her arms, like a little infant, right? And now I saw the son, wow, all grown up. 4-year-old or something, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, where he's wearing a little suit. He's wearing a little suit, right? So I'm like, oh, hey, David, right? I'm like, David, right? Hey, come over here. And then, you know what the mom did? The mom was holding his, the mom was like holding his hand, right? Walking, they're walking, holding his hand, walking. You know what the mom did? That's my cousin right there. My cousin. You know what my cousin said to me? My cousin said, "Oh, I'm sorry, he doesn't like strangers," and she just walked away, man. I'm like, I was so embarrassed, man. I saw them walking toward me, right? And I saw the little son, right? Little son. I'm like, oh, David, right? I'm like, come here, come here. I want to maybe, just hug him a little bit or touch his head or something like that. And then my cousin told me, oh, I'm sorry, my son doesn't like strangers. And they just walked away. I was shocked, man. I was so embarrassed, man. It's so awkward. I didn't say anything. I didn't tell anybody about it, but it was. I just don't understand these people. It's like I don't know. It's like they don't have any manners. It's just really weird. Maybe it's me. Maybe I came from a different culture. Maybe I'm Chinese. I used to live in Taiwan, right? And I'm just not used to this. This is really, really strange, And then in the wedding, three of my cousins didn't show up. I mean, they're from the same family. It's like my Aunt Susie's family, right? None of them showed up. I'm like, this is so fucked up, man. I don't get it. It's somebody's wedding, man. It's a wedding. It's like once in a lifetime. It's a big deal, man. A wedding is a big deal, right? And all three cousins from one family, my Aunt Susie's family, right? She has three daughters, right? All three daughters did not bother to show up. And I'm like, God damn it, what is wrong with these people? See, Susie's first daughter, right, when she got married twice. Well, we all attended her wedding. We all attended. Everybody attended her wedding. Everybody. I attended her wedding. Everybody attended her wedding, right? And then her firstborn son, 1 month old birthday, that's a Chinese thing. Chinese is like if your son is reached 1 month old, right? You throw a banquet, everybody come. Everybody went. We all went. Everybody went, right? And right now, my cousin, right, from my another aunt, right? It's her wedding, right? It's her first wedding, right? And fuck, man, my Aunt Susie's cousins, none of them show up. All three cousins don't show up. When I saw that, I was pissed off. Man. I was so pissed, man. I mean, it's not my wedding, so I don't really, theoretically speaking, it should not be my business. But I look at this and I start to panic, I'm thinking, because I don't want to get married. I don't want my own family. And I'm thinking, what if one day my aunts and uncle, what if they pass away, right? What if they die? And it's like all my cousins, they don't have any manners, they simply don't have any manners. It's like they look at me like I'm just like that cousin, right? I say, hey, what's your little son? And she just walk away and say, oh no, I'm sorry, my son doesn't like strangers. It's fucking ridiculous, man. And then I don't get it. It's like, and I remember back in the days when we were all young, right? All the cousins sit at one table, at the restaurant. All the cousins sit at one table. We talk and laugh, and I really enjoyed it. We used to meet a lot back in the days. We used to meet up a lot. I make sure I talk to everybody. I make sure I speak to everyone. I make sure everybody gets a, even I don't know, even the people who doesn't like me. Even I had a cousin who doesn't like me. Because I used to live in her house, and I was a teenager, right? I had a anger issue, so I guess she didn't like me. But even if the cousin doesn't like me, I still want to speak to her a little bit, just to keep my manners. I got manners, so I speak to her. I don't care if she likes me or not. I still have to speak to her. You can't just sit there with a poker face. You can't do that, right? So I spoke to her, and back in the days, it was so much better. It was one day. What happened? How the family decline is. My brother, for some reason, offended my uncle. My uncle said he wants a haircut, right? So he wants to go to my brother's house for a haircut. My brother's wife would charge my uncle $60 for a haircut, man's haircut. And then for some reason, my brother called my uncle on the phone and insulted him. So he insulted my uncle or something like that. I don't give a shit. But after that incident, the family don't really gather up anymore. Don't really meet for dinner anymore. And then after that, it's like I don't get to speak to these cousins anymore. It's like I hardly ever meet them. They just like, they just don't come anymore, you know. Now it's like, wow, I haven't met my cousins, the cousins from those the Susie family for like 5 years, you know. And I was so excited, you know, at the wedding. I thought I could finally meet these people. I thought they were gonna come. They didn't show up. It's like they don't want to see me. They don't want to see nobody. Oh, these, gosh, I don't know, man. What is wrong with these people? These people have absolutely no manners. Is it me, or is it do you guys experience it? You know, because this is different from what I saw in the movies. You know, you know the National Lampoon Vacation, right, by Chevy Chase. You know that movie by Chevy Chase. You know, he drove across country, right? He drove him from Chicago all the way to California, and then on the way, in the middle of the way, he also visited his cousin, right? I forgot it's Alabama or something. I forgot. But he visited his cousin, right? And they're living in the farm, right? Do those people actually still exist nowadays? Do you really have cousins that allow you to stop by their house? You know, would that really happen? Like, I was wondering, like, if one day if I want to travel to a certain state, if my cousin lived there, would they allow me to stop by their house? I don't think so. Nowadays, these people have absolutely no manners. Like, I saw that little kid. Oh, David, how are you? And then the mom said, "Hey, back off." You know, my son doesn't like strangers. And oh yeah, and there's another wedding, right? That was many years ago. That was like what, like almost 10 years ago, like 9 years ago. I attended another wedding, my uncle's daughter's wedding, right? And I saw my uncle's son. You know, he never speak to anyone. He's always, I think it's because his mother was a narcissist. You know, his mom was a control freak narcissist. You know, his mom does not like anybody in our family. So the son is also, you know, the son also is not acquainted to basically his son doesn't speak to anybody, doesn't speak to any of the cousins, you know. So I saw the son, I say, "Oh, Daniel, what's up? Hey man, what's up?" And he looked, you know what, he's like, he looked at me like this. He looked at me like this. Who the fuck is this bum? Yeah, he's like, he looked at me. I said, "What's up, Daniel?" Hey, I said, you know, I'm a very important cousin. I'm a very important relative of yours, you know, because in Chinese culture, uncle, right? My dad and my uncle, right, were, you know, we carry the Chu, the name, right? Family name Chu, right? And my cousin Daniel also has the family name Chu, right? I mean the family last name Chu. My other cousins are from my aunts, right? So they don't, you know, they have different last names. So I said, "Hey, we are very important relatives, you know." And then my cousin Daniel, he looked at me like this, like who the fuck is this bum? You know, it's like, God, I can't believe it. These people have absolutely no manners. What is wrong with these people? Or maybe it's just me. I watch too many movies, you know. I enjoy watching those you know, like Italian mafia film, right? Italian mafia movie, you know. Like, you walk into an Italian mafia family gathering, they're all so friendly. "Oh, Uncle Benny, hey, what's up? Hey, Cousin Fred, what's up?" You know, they all hug and shit, you know. And they talking about, somebody mess with you? Yeah, we're all gonna, you know, come on, all the cousins, we stand up, we go beat them up, you know. It's like, they're just so, I know it's violent, it's very violent, but then in those Italian, these gangster film, right, all the cousins, you know, all the cousins, the brother, they're all so friendly, you know. And I'm just watching these films. I'm like, holy shit, you know. I mean, I'm just watching it. I'm thinking, is this real? Is this? I mean, it doesn't feel real, you know. Right now, it just doesn't feel very real, you know. It just feels like it's fucking fake, you know. It just feels so fake nowadays. I don't get it. I don't know what else to say, you know. It's like these modern kids, you know, they have absolutely no manners. It's like, it feels like, you know, their parents, right? The mother and father did not teach them how to be good people, you know. And they just like, they talk to you like you ain't shit, you know. It's really weird, you know. I mean, I'm super friendly. You know, I'm a super friendly person. You know, it's like, see, for example, like I have a cousin, right, who, you know, want to go to prom, you know, in high school, right, wants to go to prom, cannot find a date, and they know I'm friendly, so they call me. They say, hey, you know, your cousin cannot find a date, you know, so you go to a prom with her. And immediately, I say, yeah, sure, no problem. I went on a date with her, right, a prom date, right. And then another cousin is like, she broke her leg. You know, I thought she's handicapped. Everybody thought she's handicapped. She's handicapped. You know, one of her leg cannot bend. You know, just lay there straight, cannot bend, right? And then suddenly, woo! Suddenly, her mother thought about me. Oh, call me up, right? Hey, Alex, you know, your cousin's, you know, she's, you know, she broke her leg. Her leg is right now just can't bend. Can you take her out on a few dates? Can you, you know, go, you know, take her out on a movie, you know, watch a movie with her, go eat dinner with her or whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure. Immediately, I took her out. I took her out like three, 4 dates, you know. And in back of my mind, wow, she is. I mean, she was very, very depressed. She was very depressed, you know. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking, wow, you know what? If you're handicapped for the rest of your life, I'm thinking I'll marry you. I'll marry you. It's not, you know, it's. Yeah, that's how I thought back in the days. That's exactly what I was thinking, because I have so much sympathy for her. Right? She broke her leg, but you know, guess what? I gave her a pair of rings. She wore a pair of the neodymium rings. She wore it, right, for one night, and then guess what? The very next day, her knee bent, and she's cured. One fucking night, man. She put on my rings for one night, and her knee cured. And guess what? You know what she said to me? She said, oh, the doctor said it cured by itself. It's not your rings. Your rings didn't do anything. So she never admitted it, you know. I mean, her knees cured because she wore my rings, but she never admitted it. She never thanked me for it. In fact, her whole family thinks I'm trying to take advantage of her. You know, like I'm some sort of pervert or something. And then right after her knee cured, they don't want me anymore. They say, hey, it's okay. Hey, it's okay. Leave my daughter alone. Yeah, leave my daughter alone. No, no problem. Thank you very much. Goodbye. I don't get that. These people, you know. Maybe I'm too friendly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just way too friendly, you know. I don't understand these people, you know. It's like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I watch too many TV films. I mean, too many TVs, you know, too many movies. And I really like it when in films, right, or in TV, that brother and sister, they love each other, or cousins, you know, cousins, and they're supposed to admire each other and shit like that. Maybe it's just me, you know. And you ever watch that film? Was it Uncle Bob or something? Is it Uncle Bob? Uncle Chuck. I think it's Uncle Chuck. Yeah, Uncle Chuck. You know, was John Candy, right? Uncle Chuck. You know, it's like mother. The mother had, I don't know. There's some shit happened, right? The mother has to leave the house, right? Has to like take a long trip to somewhere, and the mother has like 2 kids at home, right? And then the babysitter is not available, so the mother you know, call his brother, right, Uncle Chuck, and then Uncle Chuck came to babysit the kid, you know, shit like that, you know. Is it? I mean, who's gonna call me? Nobody nowadays. Nobody. These people have absolutely no manners, you know. Who the fuck is gonna call me? Who the fuck is gonna say, hey, Alex, we need you for something? I don't think anybody is gonna call me. Nowadays, it's like everybody is so suspicious. It's like they think you want something. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. In their mind, they think you want something. They think you have a motive, you know. You know. Oh, and this one incident, it's like this one incident, right? That was many years ago. It was like 9 years ago, or 9 or 10 years ago. I was at a restaurant, right? And then, see, my sister lives in New York, you know. I was at a restaurant, and then my stepmom met me for lunch, right? My stepmom and my aunts met me for lunch, right? And then, you know, at the table, right? I mean, what do you talk about? You talk about politics? No, you don't talk about politics or the stock market. No, they're all relatives. So I asked my stepmom. I said, hey, how's your daughter? You know, how's your daughter? You know, her daughter is my sister, right? I said, hey, how's your daughter? How's your daughter doing in New York? You know, I hope that she's doing fine, because you know, back in the days, I pay lots of money for her college tuition. You know, I pay a lot of money for her college tuition. And you know what my stepmom said to me? My stepmom hold out her hand like this. She said, hey, we had an agreement, okay? My daughter don't owe you nothing. You know, that money you gave for that money you donated to my daughter, you're doing that to help your own father. It has nothing to do with my daughter, okay? And she kept on telling me, my daughter don't owe you nothing, okay? My daughter don't owe you nothing, you know? What is wrong with these people? These people are crazy, you know? And then, you know what's that, you know what she said after that? She said, hey, Alex, you're a rich man, okay? Today you treat, you know? Yeah, this lunch, you treat. You pay. I have absolutely no man. That's the last time I ever treated her lunch. You know, after that I cut ties with her. I don't want to speak to her anymore. She insulted me right in front of my aunts. You know, it's just these people. It's like, I don't know, the way how she talked to me. It's like talking to a next door neighbor. You know, like a next door neighbor. Like there's a next door neighbor who's a pervert, who's like a child molester, who's like a pedophile or something, and her daughter's only 13-year-old. You know, like the next door neighbor come over and say, hey, how's your daughter? And then you say, hey, leave my daughter alone, okay? My daughter don't owe you nothing. Leave my daughter. This is really weird. I don't understand these people. You know, they're just strange people. You know. What else is there? Anyway, you know why and then after I saw my cousins, none of them show up for a wedding, right? And then oh, thank God, one of my cousins invited me to a birthday party. I went to a birthday party, and then still these other cousins, they don't show up. And then I heard that they are at the other restaurant at the exact same time eating, and I was just pissed off. These people. It's like they have absolutely no manners. You know, we went to your wedding. How come you don't come to our wedding? Right? It's just weird. It's just so weird. You know, the reason is. I right now I'm panicking. You know, the reason is this. Okay, see, I don't age. I'm not like normal people. I don't age, right? So 10 years later, 20 years later, I'm still gonna look like this, right? See, if I age, maybe I feel a little more comfortable. You know, if I age, I will be more relaxed, because 10 years later, fuck, I'd be 62. I don't have the energy to meet people anymore, right? I'd be sitting home watching TV, drinking beer, and have this beer belly. You know, I can hardly get off my bed, right? I can hardly walk. Then I don't give a shit. I don't want to meet nobody, right? But I'm healthy. I know I'm 10 years later, 20 years later, I'm still going to be like this, right? And I fear that one day I'm going to be like that guy on the street, that guy I met at a store, right? And he's like, looking at me, and he with that lonely face, like he needs to speak to somebody, you know? I fear that I'm going to become like that guy. Fuck, I don't want to become like that guy, man. And then it's like, none of my cousins, you know, would pick up my phone anymore. Oh yeah, and what I hate is, I email my cousin, right? Hey, they never respond to my email. It's just really weird. It's like, they think I want something. It's like these people are crazy. They actually think I want something. Like, I want to borrow your money, or fucking I want to borrow your car. No, I don't want shit. I don't want shit from these people. Okay, I got my own house. I paid off my mortgage. I don't want shit from nobody. These people are just crazy, you know. Yeah, my fear is, if one day my aunts and uncle, they pass away, and these cousins of mine, right? They grew up in the United States. They have absolutely no manners. You know, they will just. There's no, you know, National Lampoon Vacation cousin, you know. Nobody is going to allow me to stay over their house, you know. Nobody will allow me to stay over their house for one night. Nobody, you know. And then nobody would, you know, you don't get those Italian mafia movie cousins, you know. Like, hey, Uncle Benny, hey, what's up? Hey, Cousin Freddie, what's up? Nah, you ain't got cousins like that. You're not going to get cousins like that, you know. It's just... I don't know. It's just really weird. And forget about my siblings, you know. I mean, my brother, I cut tie with that motherfucker a long time ago, you know. Yeah, and I don't even know where my sister is, you know. She abandoned me. And it's just really weird. These people are just so strange. I do have another sibling, though. But I don't know where that person is. That person would be like 40-year-old right now. That person got adopted. That's my father's second wife. My father's second is my second stepmom. That's my first stepmom, right? She also gave birth to a child. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I don't know. But I know that person would be like 40-year-old right now. 40-year-old. But I don't even know where that person is. That person has been adopted. Like after giving birth, my father divorced that second wife, right? My father divorced his second wife, and then I heard that the second wife has given away the child for adoption. So that person has been adopted. So I was like, I was thinking maybe I should go look for that person. I mean, because it's like these cousins, they don't give a shit about me, and if one day if I die, who's gonna inherit my house? I mean, I'm gonna give my house, all my properties, money in the bank, everything, it's like if I die like a week later, you put everything together about like $3.5 million, $3.5 million, $4 million, something like that. It's like, who's gonna inherit my money? So I'm not. Well, I have one cousin who's sort of handicapped. I don't blame her. She has like some sort of a brain damage, and she's sort of handicapped. She never leaves the house. She never ever leaves the house. She's like 30-some-year-old right now. I don't blame her. I guess I'm gonna give most of the money to her, because she's handicapped, right? I'm gonna give most of the money to her, And also, her mother treated me very, very well, And then my aunts, my uncle also treat me so well, Her offspring, I'll give money to them, But the other cousins aren't. She's just, I don't know. They're just so cold, The cousin who invited me to her birthday, that's a good cousin, But I swear to God, I cannot depend on any one of these people nowadays. It's just I'm so scared, I don't even dare to call them. I don't even dare to email them, because when you email these people, they humiliate you. They never ever respond. They just fucking humiliate you. It's humiliating. When you email somebody, right? They simply don't want to reply. They simply don't give a shit. It's very humiliating. I just don't understand these. I just think American kids, people who grew up in this country, they don't have any manners. That's all I can say. It's just like their mother and father don't teach them anything. It's just really weird. Hey, are you guys also like that? I don't know. Leave a comment. I want to see some comments. Anyway, that's all I want to say for this episode. Talk to you guys later.